Alright, so for the first of my mobile support goods reviews, I'm going to do the Active Minds, which is the first one that I actually got, I believe. I might have gotten the basic sword set first, but it is the first one I remember buying, so we're going to go with that. There he is attached to my build Gundam, my GBN, I forget which one that one's called. It's a GBN base. It's not base. My Gundam build divers. Something Gundam. I think it was the Guards Gundam. But that's that. It just attaches to any 3mm port. Super easy to do. You know, you just port it right on in there. And there you go. You can put it on his booty right here. I just left this part here. Well, that makes it easier, but wasn't on purpose. Plug that in there. And plug that in here. And now he's got a tail that he can lay mines from. So a lot of people complain the Kotobukiya doesn't use PC parts. They don't. So they get a little stiff, a little tight in there. And if you don't smash them in all the way, it will be a little bit floppy. But it's easily fixable, you know, with a little bit of super glue, thickening those things up a little bit, or making sure when you put them together, you just make sure everything is nice and tight. It'll still eventually wear on you, so you will have to thicken them up. But this was the first one that I built. I did detail it a little bit with the Sharpie. That is something I tend to do with anything that's chrome or metallic silver. I'll throw some Sharpie on it. It doesn't look too bad. The mines themselves, this one, they're not all attached. They come with attachments so that they all string together. Also 3mm ports. But this is a mine. See, I did a little detailing there too. They come with little tiny wheels. So they look like little mecha mines. They can move around, get things done. And each one of these sets comes with 6. So you have ample opportunity to deploy them across your battlefield and get stuff done, you know. And also they do have the 3mm porting. So if you wanted to show them actually like attaching to something, like maybe it's a magnetic mine, you know, you can be clever and, you know, with a good camera, oh, that fell on the floor, with a good camera angle. You know, I think the problem is this one is actually not holding on, but let's do the backpack on the Gundam. Yeah, see, that works better. So with clever camera angling, you can make it seem like it's flying towards them, like, oh no, it's gonna attach, and then it's on, and then boom, it blows them up. Something like that. You know, something cool like that. We have a lot of fun with these ones. So, I'm a big fan of mines. That's why I got this one first. I got this one from this one, the first one, from the Gunpla Hermit. And as soon as it came out, I bought 2 more. This one I'm showing for hollow purposes. This one, you can open it up real easy like, and then it opens up on a hinge, a double hinge here. So once those are in, once the mines are in, locked in place, it kind of opens up a little bit wider, and then you smoosh it back together so that it doesn't, you don't have any problems with the spacing. Of course, it's showing me that you do have a problem because I'm a knucklehead. They are normally attached together from the instructions, but they don't have to be. That once it's open up, they'll come out together in an accordion type fashion. So you know, you can stretch them out, you can circle them all around like a string, kind of like you know, the camphor in that scene where it's attacking the Alex with its Chobam armor. You know, it can kind of slap them on there all at once, that kind of thing. Or if you don't want to do that, there's any other means that you can use to attach these together with the 3mm ports that they have. I'm spinning these around so that it kind of looks like a long string. kind of like how the camphor did. You don't have to do that, of course. You can do it however you like. There are a lot of options there. Those also have 3mm port, so you can put that attached to a stand so it looks like it's flying towards something, or any other way you see fit to attach these to your kits, or not. You know, you can put them on basing. You know, like you can put them on just your scenery so that it looks like, you know, this mine's been planted somewhere. You know, it's a fun way to display. Now I'm gonna put these on. For size, you saw that it is a pretty decent sized backpack, or you know, something like this here. It's pretty huge, you know. It's not exactly a small thing. Let's do this. That said, small, you know, you don't necessarily need it to be small. If it's mines, you know, a mine layer can be big, like a bomber aircraft, you know, something like that. But on an HG, they're a little large. We're going to go ahead and swap out this Gundam, who's not cooperating with me right now. I'm going to have to fix that before I do the next video. But you can see what that looks like there on his back with two of them. Loaded with mines. That would be a lot of fun. You know, kind of big, kind of bulky. Something like those thruster bells or propellant tanks that they have on some of the mobile suits. We're going to swap this out for some of the other kits so you can see what it would look like on them. Alright, and so here presents a problem that I didn't anticipate. I'm going to have to swap this Zaku out for another Zaku on the next video, because this guy doesn't have any 3mm ports. And without that, he's kind of, you know, senseless. But I might keep him for, like, swords, handheld weaponry, etc. But obviously he cannot port any of these onto him, and therefore he doesn't really have a compatibility with this. I'm sure if I was clever, I could wrap something around. If I wanted to do some drilling, it could work. There's some blank spots here, you know, that I could drill into and make a 3mm port. That's almost 3, but it doesn't fit. So, not him. Architect here is packing 3 sets of mines, so with 3 sets of 6, she's got a whole bunch out there, and she can take on the battlefield with a set of mines that will stop pretty much anything, probably even a battleship. I mean, you know how those battleships are. They're pretty fragile when it comes to things like floating debris. Probably not, but we'll have fun with the idea. So yeah, as a mine layer, it looks like Architect can pack, and she actually has ports on her hips for more, and you can do them on the bottom of her leg over here where the knife is. There's another one on the back of her head, so she can actually put 2 behind her. She can hold a lot if you really wanted to, but I think as a mine layer that would be pretty cool. And I was thinking you can actually probably use that hip connector in one of these here, and you can make an interesting skirt. So that would be fun. Next is Jinrai. Jinrai looks like he's ready to go with 2 of them on his back and a handful of mines at the ready. This close combat type mobile suit is probably gonna have some fun with these mines. I don't know how much in lore it would work, but as far as I'm concerned, mines up close, it works. As long as he has better armor. I think he's a little bit bare there in the middle. It might not do him so good. But if he's fast enough, you know, maybe he can throw him on the enemy and then run away. As you can see, they are quite bulky, and those mines themselves are pretty heavy. So on his back, it might be a little too much for those little attachment points. It had one of them fall off, which is why I let them remain empty. With a little bit of cement, those things will stick a lot better, but I do want to paint this eventually, so I'm not doing some cement yet. That said, it looks like it's perfect in scale. Looks like a mine layer, some heavy duty type of fighter bomber kind of look. I like it. It's pretty cool. The envelope on style, Um, I stuck these right into her legs. There's some leg joints there. So you can have the mines directly coming out of her hips. Chaos and Pretty Magical Girl with a little bit of a new accoutrement for her dress. A couple mines right there at her ready beck and call. So she's ready to go too. I also put one on the back. Plugs right into her skirt. Those are wonderfully provided with lots and lots of 3mm ports. So that skirt is ready to go to add those mines up here. I think that would be a lot of fun to play with. Alright, lastly we have our F91. This guy looks like he can actually store some 3mm on his inside side skirting. So I could put it, if I'm careful, right on in there. And if I'm not so careful, I'll just plug them right into the sides here. Looks cool porting out. They are sufficiently sized, I think, for a small master grade. Like someone was saying, I think it was Mike. They are at an in-between stage of master grades. The smaller ones, or between master grades and high grades. I think this would be like the perfect size. So if you have any F91 kits, this would be like perfect. Like look at that. Looks like it's a decent size for him to carry. You have to be a little clever on how you hook it up to his hand. But you know, it looks like it's gonna do its job if you're careful with how you take your photos and you know you take your angling just perfect. It's not ugly. Never mind the mess that I left down below. But you know, angles are everything in photography. I'm not the greatest at it. I'm still learning, but I know you can get away with a lot if you are clever. And this F91 with these here active mines, I think this is my favorite of the bunch. I definitely want to get some of these mines on that frame arms Gryphon. That one I think is going to be perfect for these mines. I think he's a little bit taller than the Jinrai, and I think that would be with that bulky suit that he has on. I don't know if you can see it. That bulky armor, I think that would be a good combination of the two frame arms and Gundam-esque feel. So with these mines and that suit would be the best. But for now, with the F91, this is impressive. You know, I didn't expect it to look so good on the F91. I didn't think he would be able to carry any of them. I thought he actually didn't have... I thought he had 3mm ports back here where his wing binders are, but those are not 3mm. So I think I'm going to be in trouble with some of the kits that I was going to compare to. That said, I was surprised that he had them on his hips, and I'm happy to say that I have female here, where his beam sabers are stored, and female there on his hips. So I can make these work a lot better than I thought I would be able to. That said, on my thoughts on the active mines, I love mines. Mines are such a clever device. It's a very inexpensive way to get a lot of explosives onto a ship or a mobile suit without putting a lot of investment on smart technology. You know, if you went into it, you die. If you bump into it, you die. If you yourself run into your own mine, maybe you die. But it's a good battlefield weapon, a nice tactic for trapping your enemy in a certain area or just closing off an area to them. Mining would definitely discourage people to go a certain way, so area denial is definitely a boon when it comes to those types of weapons. And mine dispersal is very it's difficult. So with this setup, I think it's nice to put them on bigger mobile suits. I didn't think it looked too great on the girls. In particular, I don't think it looked good on her. With Chaos and Pretty, I thought it looked pretty clever. I thought it was funny that I could put the mines on the dress. So it's something that I would say, if you like mines like I do, grab it. If not, then maybe just skip this one. It was a little bit more pricey than the other sets that I've had. But that said, I would definitely buy another one for me. Detail them up. They look great with a little bit of silver. That took me probably an hour's worth of work detailing them with the silver Sharpie, which is a little bit more complicated than you might think. But just be clever with it if you get it, and share some pictures with me because I definitely want to see. That said, that is the end of my first review. I'm going to put this in a special playlist just for these M.S.G things, and if I have any other reviews, I'll keep them out of that one. This is my, I think it's mobile support group, mobile support goods, model support goods. I am never going to get that name right. You guys are going to have to bear with me on that. So model support goods, big weapons, giant weapons set 30. And that is the active mines. And now I am done with the review, and that was a lot of fun, so I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Thank you for interacting with me and telling me what you guys thought would be a good one. I'm sorry, Mike, that you made an excellent suggestion with the Zaku 2, and a lot of people also told me, I think a Zaku 2 would be good. And I'm sorry to... I'm glad that I didn't get the OG Gundam out there. I thought he was going to win at first because everyone knows the Granddaddy. That's why I didn't go with the Granddad for the high grade. I went with the, oh my god, I'm not going to ever remember that name either. The GBN one. Guards Gundam. But that said, we're going to continue on with these reviews. I have another set for you guys tomorrow. I think I have probably like 20 of these. I probably have more than that. So you guys are going to have to bear with me for a while. If you don't want to watch them, just skip these guys. I will be doing other reviews in the meantime. But this is probably going to be a daily event for me, if I can keep up with the editing, which is my weak point. That said, thank you very much for watching, and I will be back with you guys the next time.